Hey guys, what's up? It's Kevin here, bringing you a new video. It's a little cold here, with a really cold single-digit weather, even in my car. But currently trying to warm up in here. But that's life. But anyways, I wanted to come out with a new video today, regarding a film that's been widely regarded as supposedly one of the greatest films of all time. Won a lot of Academy Awards and is really famous for being just amazing, in one of the best films of all time, according to a lot of people, from the 80s. Forrest Gump. So this may shock some of you, but most of you, a lot of you know probably, that I didn't see this film up until last night. After 22 years, I know, I missed out. Yeah, well, you can't get them all, right? But I finally saw it, and I was glad I saw it, but I think this is an unpopular opinion, but I think it's a little overhyped of a movie. Just a little. Because I'm going to give some reasons, but I will say that it was a great film, very emotional, good story about Forrest and everything he goes through, and it was interesting. It kept me engaged. I was pretty interested in it, but there were some things about it that made me go, well, I don't know if that makes it amazing because of that. So the thing about it is, to me, I feel like this might sound really dumb to some of you, but to me it doesn't drive home like that it has a point to me. Like what's the point of the movie, really? Is it just to tell the story of Forrest Gump, a guy who is in love with a girl for his whole life, finally gets with her, enrolls in the army, becomes a ping pong champion, gets his own shrimp boat company, invests in Apple, becomes a lawnmower, he likes to run? Okay, this is all cool, that's unique that he likes to do all these things, and it's interesting, but what's the point? What's the point of all this? Okay, the point is, this is the life of Forrest Gump, a guy who maybe was a little bit slow, and maybe the message is to say that anybody can have an opportunity to make it big like him. Is that the message? I don't know. Maybe that's the message. Anybody can make it big in life if you follow orders and stay dedicated to what you do. Sure, that's a good message, but is that the message though? We don't know. I don't know. But it's just at the end, I thought he was gonna say something at the end that made it well, this is why I told you this story, because yada yada yada, and I'd be okay, interesting. But it wasn't really like that. It was kind of just well, this is where it all ends. Now I'm a dad, I have a kid, I'm sending you off to school, just like my mom sent me to school when I was a kid. And it's that's the life of Forrest Gump. I'm it was a cool story. It was great to watch. Really fun story. Fun, interesting how he ran for no reason. Don't know the point of that. The movie didn't even say the point of that, but that was comical, I guess. Kind of interesting. And I love the scenes in Nam. Scenes in Nam are great when he bonded with Lieutenant Dan, and then Lieutenant Dan becomes his homie. That was pretty awesome, I will say. I'm talking about the good things now, I guess. But Lieutenant Dan is a homie. Gary Sinise, great actor. Tom Hanks, also a great actor, of course. But great story with him finally marrying Jenny, and he finds out what sex is after 30 years. I was okay. But anyways, and of course, I don't know if this is in a lot of movies, but I feel it was a little cliche that it's the guy has sex with the girl the one time, and that's when she gets pregnant. It's okay, a little bit unrealistic and unlikely, but that's fine. Because that happens in Terminator too, with Sarah Connor having sex with Kyle Reese that one time. So I guess it happens, but it was a good film. I mean, like, I thought one of the more really good things about it was the soundtrack that was used in it, because believe it or not, well, a lot of you would probably pick up on it, but the music that was used was cohesive with the time periods that they were telling the story in. So when Forrest was a little kid in the 50s, they were showing off Elvis because Elvis was big in the 50s. And then when it started getting to the 60s, like when he enrolled in the army, they started playing songs like Creedence Clearwater Revival, Fortunate Son, 60s song. I think they played Voodoo Child by The Doors. Voodoo Child by Jimi Hendrix, and then they played Lover Madly by The Doors, and then like when he started getting older, they played Sweet Home Alabama, that's like 1974. Then they played Go Your Own Way, that's 1977. And then they played Bob Seger's Against the Wind. Just a great all-around like stacked soundtrack of different songs that they incorporated. Like, I really found that fascinating how they were like, okay, he's in the 60s now, we're gonna play some 60s songs. He's in the 70s now we're gonna play some 70s songs. Like, I really dug that. I thought the song choices were quality. And I picked up on that. I liked that part of it. One of my more favorite parts, I would say, was just when he was in Nam, and he helped out all those guys, because it just showed like how passionate of a person he was, and he really cared about helping people, no matter like what the cost was. Like, it didn't really matter to him like what he was risking. He just wanted to be there for people. Same thing with Jenny. Like, I mean, if he saw someone hurting her, he would step up, which was just great. I mean, like, they showed like the kind of great person he was. I mean, once again, like, I still don't understand like what the whole point behind the movie was, but Forrest Gump was a great human being who just was so caring, like, and had unconditional love for the people around him, especially like Lieutenant Dan and Jenny, like, which was just, it was just very, very heartfelt. That, and towards the end, when when he has to move on from Jenny and just take care of his kid, that's a great emotional part too, as well. I mean, I really appreciate that as well. But for Tom Hanks, I thought he did a great acting job for sure. I could definitely see why he would get the Oscar. I think that was appropriate. But for me, like, I don't know. I was just thinking of what I was gonna say, but like for me, I don't know. Like, the fact that like 70 or 80% of the movie is spent in flashbacks is kind of just a little bit of a turnoff for me. Like, it doesn't take away from the film a lot. It just takes away from the film just a little bit for me. Just the fact that, like, okay, are we gonna be in like present day yet, or what? Like not to sound like, I don't want to sound impatient. I hope that doesn't come off as impatient. It's just like, well, you've spent like 80% of this movie just sitting on a bench telling a story, and I'm not sure what exactly you're trying to get at, but you're just telling your life story. But I mean, it's interesting because you do a lot of cool things with, shrimp boat, rolling in the army, being a ping pong champion, all these cool things, running, getting with Jenny, great stuff. But that's my assessment of it. It was a good film though. I'm really glad I saw it. I love Robert Zemeckis. He's a great director. I think he did a fantastic job on this. I'm happy he got the Best Director Academy Award. I would have rather him had it on Back to the Future, because that's like one of my favorite films of all time compared to this. Like if we want to talk about like best films of all time and put Forrest Gump in that conversation, I would say we should get Back to the Future in that conversation as well, because that is an amazing movie. Like, that's like definitely top 5 favorite movies for me, probably top 3. So yeah, if Forrest Gump is one of the best movies ever, so should Back to the Future. So there you have it. But yeah, that's my review. I think it was a great film, but it's not like spectacular. But that's fine. It's not a bad film by any means whatsoever. It was a great movie. I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. Just 8. No 8.2, 8.5, 8 out of 10. But yeah, that's my review. Hope you guys liked it. I enjoyed the film. I'm glad I was able to watch it. I mean, I do not regret having the opportunity to watch it. I think it was great to be able to. So yeah, hope you guys like this review. Leave a like, comment your thoughts as well. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.